welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie and today I'm very excited because I'm going to be talking about my September TBR as well as the books I plan to read for my very own readathon, Survive the Night. I have two books that are not readathon related, so I will start with those, but the rest of the books I want to talk about are all the books that I personally plan on reading for the month of September, but most importantly for Survive the Night. So whatever I don't get to during the readathon, I plan to read once the readathon is over, or maybe a little bit earlier. I will go over all of the readathon details, but I want to first start off with two books that have nothing to do with the readathon. The very first one is a romance. It's called Finders Keepers by Sarah Adler. Last year I read Happy Medium, which I believe was her debut. I could be wrong though, but at least it was the first book to me and I really enjoyed that one. This one is very special because at the end of September I'm actually going on a reading retreat. If you didn't know, one of my very best friends, Gwen from the channel Gwendolyn Kinsinger, she's also the podcast host for Talk Bookish to Me, which I talk about all the time. I've been on several episodes. I really enjoy the podcast and I always, recommend people who are readers, who are not readers, but it's just a great place for people in the community to talk about books and get that 5-star feeling. That's kind of her catchphrase. I am part of the podcast Patreon, and so I'm actually going to be going on a reading retreat that she's hosting, and this is our book club pick, which I'm very excited because this one sounds super cute, perfect for like the end of summer as well. So I want to read this one probably before the readathon, get a good romance in before I jump into a bunch of thrillers. It says you can't find treasure without digging up the past. 1 week ago, Nina was a professor about to move into a gorgeous new apartment with her long-term boyfriend. Now she's single, unemployed, and living with her parents. Even more surprising is the fact that Quentin Bell, her childhood neighbor and okay fine crush, is also back in town and wants to resume the treasure hunt that ended their friendship almost 2 decades ago. Nina agrees to Quentin's plan. Granted, last time the search resulted in a broken heart and 17 years of silence, but Nina's older and wiser now. Surely things will be different. Except Quentin is also older and wiser, and not to mention distractingly handsome. As they resume their hunt, Nina and Quentin begin to rediscover all the things they once loved about each other. But unlike the treasure, the secrets that left them empty-handed the first time refuse to stay buried. If there's any hope of finding what they're looking for and for a future together, Nina and Quentin will have to be brave enough to excavate their past as well. So it sounds really cute. It's kind of giving me like little Indiana Jones vibes. I don't know. It's so cute. I can't wait to read this one. It's going to be perfect. And I'm really excited to meet other night owls at the reading retreat, so I'm very excited. The next book club pick that I have is for my work. Like, I do have a normal 9-to-5 job, and I actually created a book club within the organization, but we will be reading The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. We actually wanted to do like a fantasy / magical realism book, and this was my pick, but we did a vote. And this is the book that almost everybody picked. So I'm very excited. It's kind of a shorter read, so I definitely want to read this. I know we're meeting on September 26th, or maybe it's the 23rd, but this says, years ago, a reclusive mega bestseller author quit writing under mysterious circumstances. Suddenly, he's resurfaced with a brand new book and a one-of-a-kind competition offering a prize that will change the winner's life. Lucy Hart knows better than anyone what it's like to grow up without parents who loved her. In a childhood marked by the neglect and loneliness, Lucy finds her solace in books, namely the Clock Island series by Jack Masterson. Now a 26-year-old teacher's aide, Lucy is able to share her love of reading with bright young students, especially 7-year-old orphan Christopher Lamb. Lucy would give anything to adopt Christopher, but even the idea of becoming a family seems like an impossible dream without the proper funds and stability. Just when Lucy is about to give up, Jack Masterson announces he's finally written a new book. Even better, he's holding a contest at his home on the real Clock Island, and Lucy is one of the 4 lucky contestants chosen to compete to win the one and only copy. For Lucy, the chance of winning the most sought-after book in the world means everything to her and Christopher. But she first must contend with ruthless book collectors, wily opponents, and the distractingly handsome and grumpy Hugo Reese, the illustrator of the Clock Island books. Meanwhile, Jack, the mastermind, is plotting the ultimate twist ending that could change all of their lives forever. This sounds so cute and wholesome. It definitely gives me that Willy Wonka vibe, so I'm so excited to read this one. Okay, moving on to the Survive the Night Readathon. If you didn't know, I announced that I am hosting another round of Survive the Night. This was a readathon that I did last year to honor the 3-year anniversary of my book club called Sleep When I'm Dead. And this year it is the 4-year anniversary in September, so I'm very excited to host it again. It was very, very well, like, everyone seemed to have really enjoyed it. It was very interactive. To kind of give you like a 60-second rundown of what Survive the Night is. This is a 5-day readathon from September 12th through the 16th. It is a readathon basically of just an ultimate hide and seek. I have 10 locations on a camp map where people can check in saying that they're at this location, and every night a killer will come and basically kill whoever is checked into that location. So it's basically surviving summer camp without getting caught by the killer. There are ways that if you were caught by the killer to re-enter the game. It's all in that announcement. It's all in Discord, which I always have linked down below. So make sure you go check out that announcement video and or join the Discord down below. But each of the 10 locations has its own special reading prompt. So I'm just going to kind of go in order and just kind of explain what the books I'm reading. I'm not going to give like full synopsises because a lot of the books I'm about to mention were on my previous book, which is my fall/spooky TBR. So I definitely want to try and knock out as many as I can. All right, the first location is the cabins, and that is to read a book set or about camping. This one I'm kind of doing a little bit of a stretch, but it is Smile for the Cameras by Miranda Smith. This one sounds so good because it's reminding me of like Scream, the slasher film. So it's about a woman where she was like the person, like the Sidney Prescott of Scream. Something happened once the camera stopped filming. And so now years later, they're doing a documentary talking about everything. And so she has to go back with the original cast and production to kind of talk about what happened. But then like very similar things according to the movie are happening in real life. And this takes place in the middle of Tennessee in a cabin in the woods. So hello. So I thought this would be a really perfect example for camping because it's kind of giving that in a way, camping in a cabin in a way. So very excited for this one. The next one I'm also really excited about. It is The Dead Husband's Cookbook, because it's by Danielle Valentine, and I'm really excited to read this one because last year I read a Danielle Valentine. It was Two Sides to Every Murder. Really enjoyed that one. If you're looking for like a camping recommendation, I recommend that one because it's like the Parent Trap meets like a slasher horror film. So definitely check that one out. The next one I have is Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. I just got this a couple of days ago. I'm super excited to read this one. This is also the Talk Bookish to Me next book discussion. So I definitely want to read this one so I can tune into that episode. I have read Holly Jackson's what's it called? A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I have read the first book in that series. Actually, I think I've read the second one too. And I've seen the TV show, but I'm very excited because this is her adult debut thriller. Okay, the next one I'm very excited about. I don't own it though, but I'm hoping I can maybe get the ebook from the library. I know this one's getting a lot of like popularity right now, but I'm super intrigued by this because it's kind of a historical thriller. It is Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall, and this was a recent Reese's Book Club pick, but it sounds so good. I love like when romance and thrillers kind of mesh in together, but adding this like historical element to it could be interesting. Next is Boathouse, and this is to read a fast-paced book, and I have the physical book somewhere. I just can't find it, but it's called wait, I know where it's at. I think I got rid of it. I actually don't know where it's at. I need to go look for it. I hope I didn't donate it. But the book is called Don't Let Her Stay. I cannot remember the name of the author. But this one is a Kindle Unlimited. I've heard really good things on TikTok about it being like a fast-paced thriller, but I'm excited. I've heard it's really fast-paced. The next one is Medic, and that is to read a book of your favorite genre. And I'm going to be rereading Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. This is one of the books I'm like super excited to reread. I love this one. This is my favorite Riley Sager ever. I have been wanting to reread this around fall spooky season, and so I feel like this is the perfect time for me to read it because I just absolutely love this. The next one is The Cave, and that is to read a book that is dark or mysterious to you. So it's totally up to your own interpretation. I got sent a e-arc of this book that comes out, I believe, in October, but it is called The Midnight Knock, and this is a locked room mystery of like, I think it's like 6 strangers stuck at this motel, and creepy, weird things happen. That's all I really know, and that's all I want to go into it. I think the author's name is John Fram, which I've never read anything by him before, but I can't wait to read this. Next is the hiking trail prompt, and the book I want to read is The Last Ferry Out by Andrea Bartz. I really enjoy Andrea Bartz's writing, and I actually have the arc of this one too. I think it's been out for a little bit, but this one definitely has like a lake view and a little bit of an island in the background. So I'm really excited to read this one. And the last prompt that I'm reading for is The Boathouse, and that is to read a book with a pretty naked cover. So I have Too Old for This by Samantha Downing. This is her new release. It's the aardvark pick as well. And I love Samantha Downing's writing. This one also sounds very different. But what a pretty naked cover is basically when you take the dust jacket off, like, that it's a pretty naked cover. So like this one, I love the pretty blues, and I love this like reflective foiling on the side. Plus, like, aardvark's covers are just so good. So I'm excited to read this one. Can't wait. Like I said, there are 10 prompts, but the 10th prompt is the main lodge, and that is to read a past Sleep When I'm Dead book club pick. Obviously, I am the host and founder of Sleep When I'm Dead, so I've read all of them, but you guys can also pick that prompt as well. I do have a graphic in Discord that explains all of the past book club picks since 2021, I believe. So make sure you go check that out. Yeah, those are all the books that I personally want to read this September / Survive the Night Readathon. I hope you guys are excited for the readathon. I know I am. If you guys have made it this far and you are participating in the readathon, make sure you go to the comment section and leave like camping emojis. So like a tent, hiking, trees. Leave those emojis down below so it lets me know you got this far. And also, if you want to add, what book are you planning to read for the readathon? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are excited for the readathon. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, because I do plan on vlogging my experience for the readathon. And yeah, I'll see you guys when the readathon starts. Bye.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling.